Hi, how's it going? It's Fiona here. Today I'm going to just give you a little tour of our polytunnel. We have had this for 4 years and have learned so much along the way. We're complete amateurs, but it has been such a wonderful learning curve, and it's been such a lovely thing to start learning to understand, like growing your own vegetables, harvesting them, and all the work that's involved in between. And yeah, so when we moved from Dublin, we were living in a small terraced house in the suburbs of Dublin, and we wanted to move somewhere that had land and space for the kids and for ourselves. We're both kind of originally from the country, and so we bought an acre, like a house on an acre of land, and we bought a polytunnel, put in a polytunnel about a year after we bought it, and haven't looked back. I mean, honestly, we have made so many mistakes, but that's really just part of the learning, and that's really how you learn, I think, So today I'm just going to show you some of what we're growing at the moment. It changes from week to week as we harvest some vegetables and plant others. It is something that, like, I walk in here and constantly need to start weeding, because there's just always work to be done. You can see behind me, like, it's constant work, and that's okay. I don't mind that. It's just so special to be able to, just come and pick our food and eat it straight away, or like decide, oh, let's have a salad for dinner and have loads of lettuce and rocket and different herbs and stuff to go in it. It's lovely. So I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that we have here planted, and what we're going to do with it. So it'd be nice to take you on this journey. It's a little bit different to what I normally do, but yeah, country living is something that's really, really important to us. As I say, I'm a country girl at heart, and it's just such a lovely way to live. I know it's not for everyone, but it's definitely the right one for us. So just starting here at the entrance, we just have that little door to prevent the birds from flying in and getting stuck. We have a little table there. It's our planting table, complete mess now with the compost underneath it, but we do use it a lot. And then we have the stakes there ready for the tomato plants, because as they get bigger, they do need that support. So first up, we have the scallions. They're doing really well, and we're harvesting them at the moment and eating them nearly every day in our salads. A little bit of rocket, loads of lettuce. We have to pick some and give some to the neighbours, because look, that's completely bolted, that one there. So these are ones that we planted from small plants from the local garden centre. We've some rocket there that's actually died, but then there's lots more in the plant in this bed that's mostly rocket, lots of weeds as well. But the rocket, yeah, it's great, just grows. That's reseeded year after year without much except for just a bit of weeding around it. Then we have some more lettuces here, still harvesting those, eating them every day. It's like really abundant at the moment, the lettuce. So yeah, probably we'll have to give some of that away as well. A little bit more scallions here. We've eaten loads of those already. You can see the weeds just come back so quickly. At the back there, some beetroot. Now this is ready to be harvested. I'm actually going to harvest this today and pickle it. I have a really nice recipe I'm going to use to pickle that beetroot, because we have quite a bit. There's some here and there's some on the other side as well. I'll show you in a minute. There's a couple of tomato plants there. They randomly grew from last year. Some more rocket. Again, that's going to seed. Need to take off those flowers. Happened so quickly. That bed is got nothing in it so far, just a few weeds. But we will, I think I might put another courgette in there. Have to just weed it again. Okay, we're at the back. There's the dog. She's probably listening to me. She likes to be near us. Okay, so we'll go down the center aisle here, and at the back of it here is full of strawberries. We have already harvested most of these. Been going for about a month, but there are some under there. There's a dead one. Let's see, find a nice one here. Okay, that's a nice one there. Eat that now myself. Okay, so we've got about 3 beds of strawberries here in the middle. We've a random lemon tree there in the middle of that, but have not got any fruit from that yet, but we're still hopeful. Again, more strawberries. We've literally got hundreds of strawberries so far this year, and the kids have mostly just eaten it themselves, but I have picked some and have some in the freezer that I'm going to make into jam. There's a lovely tomato plant that was planted from seed by me, lovingly nourished, and more of them here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomato plants along here. Again, more beetroot. They're going to be harvested now, so it'll give the tomatoes more space once they're harvested. All along the sides, the beetroot. But look at these tomatoes coming along really well here. There's some tomatoes. Gorgeous. Yum. Can't wait for them to ripen. And see here already those plants, some of them are coming up towards the top of their little supports. Okay, so that's tomatoes. On the other side of this we have some blueberry plants. Now they haven't produced much for us yet this year, but they have in previous years, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Sometimes you have that, you'll get a really good harvest one year, I'm finding, and then the next year not so good. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 or 4 of those blueberry plants. Some more random strawberries. These actually are wild ones. Still really tasty though. See a few more of them in there. Let's see. Like there. There we go. Yeah, that's ready to be eaten. So yeah, I'm just gonna randomly eat some strawberries as we go. It's like a little treat for myself as I weed and garden. Strawberry every now and again. There's another tomato. There's some parsley, another blueberry, chives, some coriander that's kind of bolted now because it probably would do better outside, but we just find at the beginning it does better inside and then it tends to bolt. It hasn't really done well for us outside yet. We have a fig tree, hoping to get a couple of figs out of that now this year, and I think that's all in that bed. We have some olive trees that we randomly put in. We have not yet really given us too much yet, but we are still hopeful. So there's the olives, the olive trees. I think there's 2 or 3 there, and then lots of mint. Now the mint just goes wild. We do eat it, and I do like harvest it and freeze it, so we have it during the winter months as well. But yeah, it does go a bit mad. It is like rampant. But and then back at the door again, there's a lot more rocket. It just seems to grow really well right there for some reason. It's a bit weird, but now this is the right hand bed, and we have some lovely peppers here. We have eaten. They're a little bit spicy. It says mild, but delicious. Some more lettuce that needs to be eaten like as soon as possible. So we'll be eating lettuce salads for the next while. I think this needs a support, this tomato. Again, these are ones I planted from seed, these tomatoes, and they're interspersed with basil. Another one here. Yeah, so I think I planted them out last week, so it's June. The tomatoes in the middle bed I planted out in mid-May, and then some of them a bit later on because I just wanted them to get a bit stronger first. So I planted them from seed, and they all were on the windowsill, one of the windowsills in the house for a couple of months. There is more basil, that is chocolate basil, I think, from a friend of mine. I'm not sure how that's going to taste, but hopefully delicious. I have a little taste of it there now, actually. Oh, delicious. More basil, tomato, and a random tomato plant just like growing in the path. I find that just happens as I cleaned out this whole bed here. As I cleared that one out, I got like 6 or 7 tomato plants that I just kind of seeded from last year. So I took them and potted them and let them kind of get stronger and gave them to friends. So more basil. It's just, yeah, like I had planted too many really. think I tend to do that, not realizing how many will, actually take. Another tomato, and then some rocket again, and then the final bed here I have courgette. I just have 2 in so far because they do spread a lot. That's something I learned, that you just kind of need to give the courgette that space. So there we go, the lovely tunnel. It is an amazing thing to be growing and feeding ourselves. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of our polytunnel. If you're interested in this kind of content, let me know. It's something that we can do again, but just been really nice, I suppose, even as a kind of reminder to myself, all the work put in. And yeah, so let me know if you've enjoyed it. Give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll see you soon.